Yes, you're another rapper, yapping over other people's tracks if it matters. Living in a glass house, wonder why it gets shattered. Chat that crap and you wonder why you get bad. This is why you can't take a ticket to this style of us. This disc get pissed like we're not, and I can't stand to see this heinous monument to the penis. Get real, it's 2025. I'm staying alive, still living in my glass bubble, hubble and rubble.
And not a single Sona ulti was hit that day. You already know what time it is. It's time to do our mystery skin gift giveaway of the day. We've all got a couple days left of the year, but if you do want to enter, and if you want to keep them going, let me know down in the comment section. All you have to do is like, subscribe, and comment down below with your region and your summoner name, and I can potentially add you and gift you some skins. Alright, see what we get here. Okay, Samsung White, Singed. That's kind of, team skins, Black Scarred Singed. Are you serious? We got 2 Singed skins. Let's go for 3 Singed skins in a row. Gragas Esquire. Okay, I like that skin. Anyway, guys, as always, if you want to put your notification bell on, because I always pick the winners within the first 6 hours of this video being posted. And also, if you want to join my Discord down below, it's just recently been rebooted, and there's, you know, announcements down there, stream announcements. You can get discussion. You can actually talk to me there. Anyway, enjoy the video. Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to yet another video. Today isn't necessarily a comedy video, but it is something that is quite literally, or quite frankly, a fucking joke. And I want to talk about how bad I feel for new players who play League of Legends, who start out League of Legends. And when I say new players, I don't mean people that have just hit 30. I mean people that are fresh off the boat. They've literally hit level 1, and they're starting their first ever game of League of Legends, only to be met with shit like what you're seeing on screen. Now, if you're not sure what you are seeing on screen right now, let me run it down for you. There is an entire one person in this game who is not a bot. It might be kind of difficult to tell who, but let me just spoil it for you. It's a Master Yi. The rest of the 9 players are all scripted bots that have no free will, and yeah. Now, I've wanted to do a video on this for a while because I've been leveling up accounts more frequently over the last few months. I think I've leveled up 2 accounts. Only one of which has actually hit 30 because I get bored very often of leveling accounts, but the experience in leveling accounts was pretty tragic, to say the least. One game that stands out to me in particular is a game where I was playing Gen, leveling up my my EUS Smurf, not Rustboom Socks, and I ended up having to go 40 kills and 5 or something against bots, which was the most tragic experience of my life. There was one other player on my team who was a Warwick, and he was actually new to the game as far as I could tell. And he wasn't very good, but I was trying not to get frustrated because I really wanted him to win this game. And 3 of the other team on our team were bots who were just running it down mid or dying in the jungle or just doing absolutely nothing. And the only thing I could think of was how bad it must feel if someone like me or somebody who's actually halfway decent at the game wasn't in a game to actually help these guys out and explain to them what's happening and explain that this isn't how normal games go. Because you see, I honestly cannot think of a more disheartening thing than, let's say, you play your first ever game or you get your friend into League of Legends. Let's say one of your friends has never really played a MOBA game before in his life. He's got 0 experience. He might be like a Call of Duty kid who's just hopped over a PC. You tell him, alright, pick this champion called Annie. Pretty simple champion, really easy to get minions. All you do is go mid, kill a couple of creeps, maybe you get a kill onto the enemy. All good. He goes into game bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, coming off of the tutorial where he's just picked a fucking Thornmail on Ashe and completely hard stomped the tutorial. All good on that front. So he goes down mid, but he's followed by 3 other bots who decide to run their asses down onto tower and die to the Rise bot on the enemy team. Now, your friend, who you've just introduced to League of Legends but you couldn't be bothered playing a bot game with, is a little bit confused. He has absolutely no idea what is happening here. For all he knows, he thinks that these are actually real players. You've told him that you're going to be playing with real players, and they don't exactly have the word bot in their name like the enemies do. So your friend thinks that these are real players, and that this is how every game from this point forward is going to go. It sets the standard for gameplay so fucking low that you have absolutely no idea. So the bot runs it down mid a couple of times, just because they're trying to speed up the process of the game so they get faster XP rates and all that stuff. And your friend is fighting against a Rise who by 3 or 4 minutes into the game might be 7-0 and is absolutely one-shotting the Annie no matter what they do. Now, of course, maybe you or I could deal with that. If a bot was running it down mid, it doesn't really matter because a bot's a bot. A beginner bot is not going to cause any problem for you. but it might cause problem for somebody who has absolutely zero experience with League of Legends. And this causes a bit of an issue because, you know, the children are our future, and as much as we hate it when they're in our games, new players are exactly the thing that's going to sustain this game and keep it alive, because I'm sure that players are dropping off in the droves day by day, purely because we've been playing this game, or at least I have, for at least 6 or 7 years, and God only knows there might be a day where I wake up and I'm just like, you know what, this game's actually fucking terrible and I don't want to play it anymore. I mean, hell, some of us might think that already, but we still play the game. Still playing the game anyway. But I mean, there is like one upside to it. I mean, these fuckbot 4000s are at least a little bit better than the patronizing dingleberries that reside within early level bot games. I have met some of the most patronizing cretins that you'll ever meet in League of Legends playing bot games, and I've actually just like full blown had to go all out on motherfuckers for just harassing new players. The amount of people that I've met in early game bots that when I'm leveling an account that have like the word reformed in their name, or V2 in their name, or V79 because they've been permabanned on God knows how many accounts are being completely toxic, but they just like hard flame new players for not really understanding the game when it's literally a level 3 beginner bot game. They complain that things are happening, they complain what they're doing, and it's like, bro, you could literally play this game 1v5 and still win. Why are you complaining this hard? But that's something that we're not going to get into. It's just a little bit of a nitpick for me, by the way. If you're somebody who does this, you need to stop. Like, seriously, just stop playing League. You're not wanted here. And this has been a problem for a very, very, very long time. And there's very, very obvious telltale signs that a player is a bot. And I don't mean like, oh, they're just bad. I mean that like most of these bots are running on the exact same script. Like, these are literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of clients running, probably in some warehouse factory somewhere, all being farmed to sell on eBay. But like, for instance, take this video that one of our subscribers sent in, which I've been actually trying to get a replay of a bot game where there's been like mostly bots in the game for a while. Always slipped my mind, and I never thought to do until one of my subscribers actually emailed me this in. Take a look at this. All of the enemy team are standing on the health shrine. They're all programmed to stand on it. They're all executing the exact same commands at the exact same time. Even when they leave base at the beginning of the game, they all do it pretty much in sync. Like, some of them go earlier than others, some of them execute them faster, depending on what champion they're playing. All the summoner spells are random. Everything is random. Now, this might be fun for you to play in, because it's just like a complete shit fest. I mean, the end of this game, it's a 20-minute game. There's like 100 kills. Actually, like 130 to be exact in this game. And yeah, sure, it might be really easy XP for us to win games against an entire team of bots, but Riot need to do something about this. Like, seriously, Riot. This is fucked. You need to do something about this, like, soon. Like, you need to do something about this, like, 3 years ago. Because it's been a problem since then, and it's been a problem for many, many years. And it is so obvious and so easy, because these bots do not stop playing. Like, they will hard farm until they hit 30, and then they'll move on to the next account. I know some people hardcore spam this game, but you really think it would be quite obvious if somebody hardcore plays from level 1 to 30 and doesn't stop playing for 12 to 24 hours. I guess it's a little bit obvious, just a little bit, but most importantly, as I said before, how bad do you really think they're ruining the experience of all these new players? And I know most of you guys probably don't give a shit, right? I mean, you know, at its base level, I don't care, right? I don't care about the experience of a new player. I just care about my experience. But then when I think about it, when I actually get really deep into the thinking of it, how many people have potentially been turned off this game because of bots confusing them in games, making their games, every single game is a loss. Like, these people are really, really new to the game. They get stuck in 3 or 4 games of League of Legends where their entire team are bots, and they get hard stomped, and they just uninstall the game. I really want to compare this to an experience that I've had with online gaming, where I've played online once or twice and then completely stopped. So I really like competitive fighting games, and a game that I played a lot on single player and like local multiplayer was a game called Skullgirls, and it's like a fighting game, 2D fighting game. What's the fan service, big titty anime girls and all that kind of stuff. Now, I played online maybe 1 or 2 games, and I never turned it on after that. The reason for that being is that I went into a game of normals, and I ended up playing against somebody who was very, very good at the game. Now, this is obviously my fault. This, you know, I gotta get good, but because I got put against somebody who was incredibly good at the game, like to me, I was so put off playing it that I actually stopped playing Skullgirls altogether. I think I've turned it on once in the last 2 years since I got it. And I feel like this is a very similar situation for League of Legends. Like, why would you play a game that you lose every single time you play? It's not fun to play with people that are feeding constantly. It's not fun to play with, you know, there's no community there. You don't get to talk to your team. You don't get to have like a bromance moment where you're like winning and everybody's having fun. It's just fucking sad. And yes, it does get better to a degree. I mean, sometimes I wish that people in my game actually were bots so that it excuses their foul language and their poor plays. But no, if these new players stop coming in, what's gonna happen to Riot? They can't sustain themselves on us sad fucks forever. If new players stop coming in, the game starts declining. The game that we enjoy gets put under. I don't think anybody wants that, but it's kind of a catch-22. Do you want to get rid of the noobs, or do you want to just get rid of the game altogether? I'm sure quite a lot of people would say both, but I think deep down we all know that if we actually do enjoy playing this game, there's got to be something that's done about this. And I gotta say, if you're a person who's leveling up a new account, whether or not you want to make a smurf so you can try some new roles in ranked like I've been doing, I made myself a smurf so that I could just play ADC on it and practice ADC without risk of like losing my rank in plat 2, because I'm a firm believer that you can be a certain rank in one role and lower rank in another. So I wanted to practice on that role with a fresh account, assuming that I'm completely terrible at it, and see where I can get. Whether you're doing that or if you've been permabanned before or whatever your reason is, all I'm saying is you can very easily help save this game a little bit by just treating somebody with some respect and not treating them like they're a fucking kid in the game. They might be a kid, but if you just say, hey buddy, are you new? And then ask them if they need any help, or just say that you're very knowledgeable about the game, you can very much change somebody's experience, and it's absolutely for the better. Or you can just be a complete asshole and flame them for building Thornmail on Ashe. It's not their fault, the fucking tutorial told them to do it, alright? Anyway guys, thank you very much for watching this video. I'll be back again with the Bronze Spectates tomorrow. As always, if you want to enter the mystery gift skin giveaway, feel free to comment, like, and subscribe, all that jazz. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Bye.